Thank you so much. What a beautiful audience. It is really very nice to be here at the Side Splitters. My full name is Svetlana Ivanovna Hananayev, and there will be a quiz on that later. But anyway, I am from St. Petersburg, Russia, sister city to St. Petersburg, Florida. So naturally, I feel very at home here. I love Florida. I have learned so much here. Like, garage is not for car. It's second living room.
How many of you out here have mothers? Raise your hands. Anybody with a mother? Okay, about half of you have mothers. Clones are welcome here, I understand. So that's not a problem. I still have my mother with me. She's 91 years old, fit as a fiddle, and she still gives me advice. So when I said, well, I'm trying a little stand-up comedy, she said, oh, well, if nobody laughs, say something funny.
So anyway, yes, I had to move here from the motherland because I am a journalist. And if you know what it means to be a journalist in Russia now, it's not very safe. Especially if you are doing investigative reporting on Kremlin. Okay? Or oligarchs close to Kremlin, right? Okay, you know what happens if you print the truth, right? You disappear.
Let's face it, there are a million things harder than stand-up comedy, right? Like math. Okay, for one.
Yes.
Being black in a Starbucks.
This is not so easy to disappear journalists here, so when people print things he doesn't like, he calls it fake news. Which I gotta admit, this is pretty clever. You know, he knows how to cover his ass, which is not easy because he's got the big behind, yeah? You know the photos I'm talking about, right? Where he's playing tennis, right? Or the golfing, right? Behind. Yeah. I mean, let's face it, he's not a very sexy guy. He would never have made it in the porn industry. So I think it's a good thing he went for presidency. Now, Vladimir Putin, hey, he's a little bit sexy. You know, you've seen the pictures, topless on the horse. I mean, can you see Donald Trump topless on a horse? I mean, when I picture that, I still always see him with the red tie. You know what I mean?
Childbirth. I imagine it's like being constipated for 9 months and then taking a dump the size of a watermelon.
What if Donald Trump did go in the porn industry? What would his porn star name be? Now, normally a porn star name is your first pet's name and your mother's maiden name. So I did a little research, but you know, Donald was never allowed to have a pet. His father actually was a real schmuck, you know? It's no wonder he is what he is, poor guy. I honestly, goodness, I feel sorry for Donald Trump. If you read about his pets, there was a lot of money, but there was not a lot of love. Okay, so I come up with the porn names for him, since he can't have it.
Oh, what are they?
Yeah, okay, I thought you might ask. So, tell me what you think of this. Spanky Got Rocks. Or the other favorite of mine is Daddy Cake Butts.
This is a man who's been given his wife's purse to hold outside of an airport restroom. What do they think is in there? Like a lifetime supply of used tampons? or maybe everybody's walking by saying, oh look, that man's holding his wife's purse outside the restroom. He must be gay.
At my age, it was too hard really to break into the journalism thing here again. I would have to start at bottom. So I decide, okay, well, what can I do? So I decided Uber. So now I am Uber driver. And I like this very much because it takes no advanced certification. And I get to meet lots of interesting people. And I have realized there's basically 3 kinds of Uber customers. First kind of Uber customer is always with the cell phone. That he wants to, or she wants to just live in that cell phone. This world here of people interactions, no interest, right? Nature people, who cares? Second kind of customer is things that I cannot hear at all. Because they are talking intimate details of their sex lives and their personal problems and drugs and whatever. But I hear all this. I am writing a book about this, but anyway. And then there is third kind of customer, which I like very much. And this customer talks to me, like I'm a person. And I'm a good listener. Even the dull and the ignorant, they too have their story. But why is their story so long? Anyway, but other day I really had a very interesting customer. It was the director of the National Zoo in Washington, D.C. Here in Florida on vacation. I was driving him to airport. And so we were talking. I asked him about his job. He said, yeah, he's got very interesting projects going on now. It is an exchange program between National Zoo and the White House. And so they are doing this to bring awareness to various species, to inspire people to take better care of our planet. So for example, for one day, the alpha male orangutan will be in the Oval Office. Yes. And he knows how to tweet. And then Donald Trump will go and live with the orangutans. I said, come on, you're kidding me. He said, no. One of the White House aides said, nobody will probably notice the difference. And I said, yeah, but what about the orangutans? He said, no, they will wipe the scent of the orangutan on Donald Trump, and the orangutans will not know any difference either. Okay, thank you very much.